I'm saying the unknown, the limitless cannot be captured by thought.
Yes.
Because thought in itself is limited. If you are, and I agree to that, not only agree, but it's a fact.
Yes, well, perhaps we should bring it out still more. That is, thought is limited. Even though one may easily verbally admit thought is not limited, there's a very strong predisposition, feeling, tendency to feel that way, that thought can do anything.
Anything. Right? It can't. It has. See what it has done in the world.
Well, I agree that it has done some terrible things, but that doesn't prove that it's always wrong. You see that maybe you could always blame it on the people who have used it wrongly, you see.
I know that's a kind of good old trick. But thought in itself is limited. Therefore, whatever it does is limited.
Yes. Now, and it's limited in a very serious way, is what you're saying.
That's right. Oh, of course, in a very, very serious way.
Now, could we bring that, say what that way is?
That way is what's happening in the world.
All right, let's look at that.
The totalitarian ideals is the invention of thought.
Yes, well, we could say that the people, the very word totalitarian means they wanted to cover the totality, but they couldn't.
They couldn't.
They couldn't, the thing collapsed, right?
It's collapsing.
It's collapsing. Now, but then there are those who say they are not totalitarians.
But the Democrats and all the rest of the Republicans and the Democrats and the idealists and so on, all their thinking is limited.
Yes, but it's limited in a way
that's very destructive.
It's very serious and destructive. Now, in what way could we bring that out? You see that I could say, okay, my thought is limited, but, well, it may not be all that serious. You see, why is it so important?
That's fairly simple, because whatever action is born of limited thought must breed conflict. Inevitable.
Yes.
Like dividing humanity into geographically, into nationalities and so on, so on, so on, religiously, has created havoc in the world.
Yes, now let's connect that with the limitation of thought. That is, my knowledge is limited, right?
We said that.
And how does that lead me to divide the world into?
Aren't we seeking security?
Yes.
And we thought there was security in the family, security in the tribe, security in nationalism. So we thought there is security in division.
Yes, it seems now it's come out that, take the tribe, for example. See, one may feel insecure. Now, because it says, with the tribe I am secure, that is a conclusion. And I think I know enough to be sure that's so, but I don't. Other things happen that I don't know, which make that very insecure. Other tribes come along.
No. The very division creates insecurity.
It helps to create it, yes. But I'm trying to say I don't know enough to know that, right?
No.
I don't see that, right?
So you don't, but one doesn't see it because one has not thought about anything, looked at the world as a whole.
Yes, well, the thought which attempts to, the thought which aims at security attempts to know everything important.
Yes.
And it assumes that it knows everything important, and it says this will bring security. Now, not only are there a lot of things it doesn't know, but one thing it doesn't know is that this very thought itself is divisive, right?
Divisive. Yes.
Divisive. It's going to, because I define an area which is secure and divide it from another area.
Because in itself it's limited.
Yes.
Anything that's limited must inevitably create conflict.
What do you mean, any thought that's...
If I say I'm an individual, it's limited.
Yes.
I'm concerned with myself, that is very limited.
Yes, we have to get this clear. See, if I say this is a table which is limited, it creates no conflict, right?
No, there's no conflict.
Now when I say this is me, it creates conflict. Now,
yes. The me is a divisive entity.
Yeah, let's see more clearly why, you see.
Because it is separative, it is concerned with itself, The me identifying with the greater nation is still divisive.
Yes, well, I define myself in the interest of security so that I know what I am as opposed to what you are, and I protect myself, right? Now, this creates a division between me and you. Right?
We and they and so
We and they. Now, that comes from my limited thought because I don't understand that we are really closely related and connected.
That's we are human beings.
Yeah, we're all human beings.
All human beings have the same, more or less the same problem.
Now, I haven't understood that. My thought is, my knowledge is limited. I think that we can make a distinction and protect ourselves or me and not the others. Huh?
Yes, that's right.
But in the very act of doing that, I create instability. Right?
Yeah, that's right. You create
insecurity.
So, if we see that, not merely intellectually or verbally, but actually feel it, that we are the rest of humanity, then the responsibility becomes immense.
Yes, well, how can you do anything about that responsibility?
Then either contribute to the whole mess or keep out of it. That is, not to be at peace, to have order in oneself.
Well, I didn't.
I'll come to that. I'm going to talk.
Yes, you see, let's come, you see, I think we've touched on an important point, that we say the whole of humanity, of mankind, is one.
Yes.
And therefore, to create division there is destructive.
Dangerous.
Yes. Now, whereas to create division between me and the table is not dangerous, because in some sense we are not one, though.
Me and the trees.
That's only in some very general sense that we are one. But
yes.
Now, mankind doesn't realize that it is all one. I think we've, you see...
Why?
Well,
Why?
let's go into that. You see, I think we've been going, that this is a crucial point, that it's clear it doesn't, because there's so many divisions, and not only in nations and religions, but from one person to another.
I know. Why is there this division?
There, first of all, is the feeling, at least in the modern era, that every human being is an individual. Right? This may not have been so strong in the past.
That's what I question. I question altogether whether we are individuals.
Yes, well, that's a big question, because...
Yeah, of course. We said just now, the consciousness, which is me, is similar to the rest of mankind. They all suffer.
Yes.
They all have fears. They're all insecure. They have their own particular gods and rituals, all put together by thought.
Yes, well, I think this calls for some, there are two questions here. One is, not everybody feels that he is similar. Most people feel they have some unique distinction. At least they...
What do you mean, unique distinction?
Well,
distinction in doing something?
Well, there may be many things. Like, for example, one nation may feel that it is able to do certain things better than another. One person has some special things he does, or qualities.
Of course. You are more intellectual than I am. You are somebody else better than this and that.
Yeah, he may take pride in his own special abilities or advantages.
But when you put away that, basically we are...
But now, yes, we have to say, what does it mean? That you're saying that these things you've just described, which are...
superficial.
Yes, now the things that are basic are what?
Is fear, sorrow, pain, anxiety, loneliness, and all the human travail.
Yes, well, many people might feel that the basic things are the highest achievements of man. The highest achievements of mankind, and not these.
What has he achieved?
Well, let's discuss it. You see that?
Yes.
I mean, many people, at least, I understand. We've discussed this often, but I think we must
yes, sir.
Bring it out.
Let's go into it. What have we achieved?
Well, for one thing, people may feel proud of the achievement of man in science and art and culture and
we have
technology.
In all those directions, certainly we have.
Yes.
Vast technology,